They're really cool. Or you're going to say, Johnny, yes, of course I know that question. Back in 1987, your dad has the fastest lap in qualifying here at Talladega. Do you know how fast he was going?
2:12.809.
Yes! I thought for sure you're going to text your dad and say, hey, guess what? Back in 1987. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, for some reason I remember that number. I don't know why, but I've seen it a lot, and that was pretty cool deal to still have that.
I want to make sure I got a lot of fan cool questions that I want to get to. But first, I have to talk about something you're doing, and that's about the Chase Elliott Foundation is putting together something super cool. And I want you to talk about that.
Yeah, we did our shoe program again in Atlanta this year, and auctioned off our shoes that myself and Alex and William and Jimmy wore, and then we're also doing a promotion for the Charlotte race weekend for, well, you could actually, it's for a few things. One being the Hooters pageant, be basically a guest to come and be a guest of mine throughout the weekend. You get to go to the Hooters pageant, a Jake Owen concert, and then come to the race on that Sunday. So you can visit my website if you're interested and find out about that. But pretty cool deal, and Hooters has been a great partner of mine, and they've been very willing and able to help and push the foundation, which is just getting started.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's been good.
So speaking of like helping out the foundation, helping out a lot of things, you're helping out Hooters by being a judge, I heard. I mean, they had to really twist your arm to do that, didn't they?
Yes. It was one of those things that we had to negotiate for months to get me to go to judge the pageant. So, no, I did it last year. It was a great time. Although the location was in Vegas last year, we had a great time out there at that, and it's going to be in Charlotte this year. But yes, they had to try really hard to get me to go.
Last week, finished second. This week you're starting off fifth. I think today's the day that you bring home that first win. What do you think, Talladega? With the momentum that you had from last week coming into this week, when you took the pit box and you took the little stage that we have here, you were smiling. The team's got to be feeling right. You got to be feeling right, because I know when you guys walk up here, you're either really happy about the car or you're like, man, let's just get this over with. Let's have some fun. But It seems like you guys have all the right things in order to bring home a trophy for this afternoon's race.
Yeah, I think we do. Last week was great. Obviously, another second. So y'all know how I feel about that. But as I've told a lot of people, all those seconds are very different, and the number and the stats don't really tell the story as to how that second came to be. Last week, we were struggling to stay on the lead lap throughout the mid portion of the race, so to finish second wasn't the worst thing in the world last week from where we're at in points and everything else. So definitely not the most disappointing second I've had. So coming to Talladega, we had a great effort at Daytona. We had a great car here last fall. Obviously not the same car, but I felt like my team, myself, my spotter, we're all in a very, very good place mentally at these restrictor plate tracks. We feel really good about how we're approaching the races. Unfortunately, we haven't finished in a while, unfortunately, but we've had some good cars and some really good moments throughout the race and shown a lot of strength. So I think we have to carry that forward today. I'm going to race hard all day long. I think the safest place to be is out front, so that's where I'm going to try to be. And I think that, I think our car and our team's good enough to do it. So that's my goal today. We do have to start. I just learned I have to start in the back. We had a flat tire, so I had to start last day. But I think that there's plenty of time to move forward and get the job done. So I'm excited.
Chase, I met Morgan and Mom in Talladega, and Mom is like crazy. And then I met Grandma today, and she's even crazier than Mom, and now the granddaughter. So Morgan, you have a question, because we were talking, there's always two sides to every story that you hear. Well, they heard Jimmy Johnson tell a story, and I'm just going to let you take it over from there, Morgan.
So he told a story about at Christmas time, his dog.
Hang on, Morgan, this is good. All of a sudden he's like, oh, shoot, what is going on here? It's always fun with Chase. So, okay, Morgan, go ahead.
About you and his daughter, about the L, and whoever touched it loses the power, and his daughter blamed it on you. So what's the real story?
Yes, that is actually a pretty funny story. So I went and spent some time with Jimmy this winter. He and I both spent a good bit of time in Colorado.
Should we
So
go?
I went to ski with Jimmy for a few days. And